So today I just wanted to cover putting soil in a garden bed and getting it to field capacity. The reason I took this soil out of this area is I just wanted to check for tree roots. We have lots of trees around here, and this is a #1 problem around, well, anywhere with any raised garden bed and growing vegetables. Tree roots get in, make it almost impossible to grow. So I'm sort of okay with the amount of roots in here. I'm just going to carry on growing for the rest of summer. I might get some cucumbers and zucchinis in this area. So I'm going to put some new soil in, and I'll show you how to get it to field capacity. Now, one of the reasons I recommend doing this and really stipulate that it's important to do this is this soil that we make here does have clay in it, and it does have things like biochar and compost. So it has a huge can hold a hell of a lot of water. So it's really important to get it at field capacity. So even though I've put in this top part, now I'll soak it again. And if you find it's a little dry, or if you're starting a new garden bed, often a way to really get that water in is almost like to massage it in. So you actually mix it in with your hand, or you can put gloves on, or this is a really good way I find to get water repellent soil working. So you don't need wetter soil necessarily, you just actually physically work it in. It takes a bit of work and a bit of effort, but it's much quicker, and you can pretty much, once I've got this soil in, we can put some seedlings in or some seeds. As long as it's saturated, it's ready to go. So I'm going to leave this on here for say another few minutes or so until I'm happy it's saturated, and then I'm going to mulch. You always have to mulch, especially in summer. Like, I know some customers, they don't like actually putting mulch on. I'm not really sure why. I think maybe it looks a bit untidy and everything, but just the activity of that mulch breaking down into the soil is what keeps your soil fertile. Keeps the sun off it, it keeps the wind off the soil, and it just gives you more depth of fertility where in your soil, where the microbes can thrive. Rather, the way I always look at it, the microbes in the soil need what we need. They need water, shelter, food source, and a habitat to actually exist in. So if it becomes too hard, it gets too hot, then they just all perish. So it sort of doesn't work. Okay, we've got a fresh bed here. I've really thoroughly soaked this. We'll keep soaking it for about another 10 minutes or so the water can really drain right the way through. But now, just to keep that moisture in there and make sure it doesn't evaporate, I'm just going to use pea hay over the top. I find pea hay works pretty well. You can use any of the straws, lupin, sugar cane, just wheat straw even. I kind of like pea hay. It sort of breaks down nicely, it's quite soft and builds the soil. Because it's a legume, it has a bit of nitrogen in there as well in its makeup. You don't need to put a lot down. If you're on a bit of a budget, you can put it fairly thinly and it still has an effect. But if you can put it deeper, it's much better.